Universes are about to collide. It's not a theory, it's the next step of Marvel's biggest event. In the first news, we will discuss what happens when Doctor Doom takes control and turns each reality into a battlefield. What if forgotten heroes, alternative versions, and even unlikely figures return in the same film? Today, I will show clues, confirmed universes, and surprises that could change everything we know about the MCU.
I look at this scene and cannot ignore the weight it carries. In the second news, we will comment on the rumors about Doctor Doom, who may have found the perfect weapon in the Sentinel, exploring not only fear but also the instability of someone who carries the void within. I was dragged into this game. Will I be able to save Bob, or will it only accelerate everyone's downfall? And if Robert Downey Jr.'s face as Doom really confuses the Avengers, how will they react to an enemy that resembles the hero they loved most? These answers change everything in Marvel's future, and we will discuss everything in today's video.
Now, the question is Tobey Maguire really in London filming Doomsday or preparing something special for the new Spider-Man? And another doubt, is Sadie Sink's character really Mayday Parker, Peter's daughter? The clues are aligning in a way no one expected. In the video, I show how these rumors make sense, why Chris Evans might be back as Captain America, and how even Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool played a decisive role in all of this happening.
Listen here, you thought you'd seen everything in this cinematic universe, right? Explosions, gods, a purple guy obsessed with jewels, child's play. What's coming will make all of that look like a daytime soap. They're talking about universes colliding, and it's not just talk. They're finally going to bring the right crew for the fight, and modesty aside, I'm in the middle of it. Stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you which crazies from other realities will make appearances in Avengers, The Final Judgment, and Secret Wars. And believe me, there are some surprises even Professor Xavier couldn't predict. Look, I hate doing this part. I feel like an encyclopedia salesman. But the production team said that if I don't ask, you won't do it. So here it goes. Subscribe to this channel and leave a like on the video. Seriously. I have a very good instinct and don't want me to show up at your door asking why you didn't subscribe. My adamantium claws do serious damage to car tires. Just saying. Let's start with the basics so no one gets lost. Our universe, this mess we call home, is Earth 616. Remember this number. Recently, it was confirmed that new people will join the party, the Fantastic Four. They come from a place called Earth 828. Basically, they are the new neighbors in the condominium, and we already know they will cross our path. I hope they are less noisy than the Hulk. Now, let's talk about my universe, or rather the universe that idiot in red invaded and dragged me along, Earth 100005. It's from there that Deadpool and I are coming. And everything indicates that the rest of my team, the original X-Men that Marvel confirmed in the movie, are also from there. It makes sense since even Beast, with Kelsey Grammer back, appeared in the post-credits scene of the Marvels. It seems that my world will be the center of attention, finally. Remember those geniuses, the Illuminati from Doctor Strange's movie? The ones Wanda wiped out without even breaking a sweat? They are from Earth 838. The curious thing is that there was an empty chair in that room. To this day, no one knows who would sit there, and rumors say that Marvel hasn't forgotten about this and will bring that universe back to interact with ours. The big question is, who was the secret member? The answer could change everything we think we know. I have a theory about this empty chair, and it doesn't involve Professor Xavier. What if the owner of that seat was Doctor Doom? Think about it, a variant of Tony Stark from that universe who, instead of creating Ultron, became a tyrant in armor. After seeing Scarlet Witch destroy his colleagues, he could become the villain we know. They would have to tweak the story a bit since the subtitles mentioned Ultron robots, but it wouldn't be the first time they changed things. Just a guess from an old mutant. Now the Spider Children, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Earth 96283, and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, Earth 120703, have already made their appearance in No Way Home, so their presence is almost guaranteed. And I'll be honest, I would love to fight alongside Tobey's Spider-Man, a version of Tony Stark who is not dead, and of course myself. It would be the trio of veterans putting order in the house. Get ready to see double the so-called Chris Evans. The universe of Earth 121698 from the original Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba will also appear. Chris Evans has already returned as the Human Torch in Deadpool and Wolverine and will come back again, but he will also be our Captain America, the original Steve Rogers. Two Chris Evans on the same screen, one on fire and the other with a shield. If that's not the definition of multiverse, I don't know what is. The one about to enter the fight is Tom Hardy's Venom from Earth 688. The connection has already been made. A piece of that black alien goo remained in our universe 616 after No Way Home. A reliable informant said that this symbiote is literally pulling its universe of origin towards ours. This means that an encounter between Hardy's Venom and Tom Holland's Spider-Man is inevitable, and it will probably happen in Secret Wars. Do you know that Fantastic Four movie that everyone prefers to forget? The one from 2015 from Earth 15866? Yeah. The script was terrible, but the actors were good. There's a chance that Kevin Feige will give them a small redemption, a quick cameo, so they can say goodbye with dignity. It's the same thing he's doing with my X-Men team, giving a decent ending that we've never had. And what about a guy with his head on fire on a motorcycle? Nicolas Cage as the Ghost Rider. We don't know his universe number, but the fans would love to see him back. And speaking of the Night Crew, Wesley Snipes' Blade, Earth 26320, has also returned. Since Gambit and X-23 were saved, it's quite likely that he and Elektra were as well, which opens the door to Earth 701306 from Ben Affleck's Daredevil. I wouldn't doubt that he appears even if it's just to get a quick beating. Here things get even stranger. What if I told you that maybe we see animated characters jumping into our world? The universes of the Spider-Verse, like Miles Morales, Earth 1610, and Spider-Gwen's Earth 65, are an incredible success. Sony and Marvel are doing well, and there are already rumors that animated characters will appear in the movies. Whether this will be in live action or animation, we still don't know. This takes us directly to Captain Carter and the universe of What If, Earth 8211. At the end of the animated series, she became a guardian of the multiverse, so it would make perfect sense for her to appear. Additionally, it is said that her actress, Hayley Atwell, will return and co-star with Chris Evans's Steve Rogers. It seems that Destiny and Loki will visit the moment when the captain traveled back in time to stay with Peggy. It remains to be seen whether we will see Peggy as an agent or Captain Carter in action. To close the list of possibilities, we even have Eric Bana's Hulk, Terra 40083. I wouldn't be surprised. Edward Norton's version is more complicated because technically it's the same as Mark Ruffalo's, but who knows, maybe a variant. At this point in the game, literally anyone who has appeared on screen could come back. From the old Punisher to PlayStation's Spider-Man, it's going to be a big mess. Now that I have used my saliva and told you all the secrets that the studio people let me share, the ball is in your court. Leave in the comments which of these meetings you want to see the most. And you already know what to do with the like and subscription, right? Don't make me have to use my tracking skills to find your house and redecorate your Sunday barbecue. I make sausage skewers like no one else.
Think your life is complicated? Wait until you hear what's been happening in mine. It seems I will be babysitting yet another superpowered being with dissociative identity disorder, and the bet this time is that he can destroy the entire universe. Apparently, the Avengers and my X-Men will have to deal with Dr. Doom, and I, of course, was dragged into the middle of the chaos. Stay here because I will explain this whole mess, which as usual I am left to deal with. I just hope they don't kill me again. Before proceeding with the imminent disaster comes the part I hate the most. The one where I, an Omega-level telepath, have to beg for digital attention. Since telepathy doesn't work to get likes, and I know that if I don't ask, you will simply ignore, here it is. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. To those who don't do it, I will use the brain to find each one and project the complete discography of Carreta Furacão in a loop in your mind during sleep. Do not provoke me. Well, the cosmic gossip is as follows. Initially, The plan was for the Avengers and the X-Men to come to blows as soon as they met. A kind of, "Hi, how are you?" Take a punch. This would happen because Dr. Doom, not content with being a cliché villain, would attack my house, the X-Mansion, with his Sentinels. When the Avengers appeared in our universe, my students, with recent trauma, would think they were another threat. However, the focus of the news is different. We will have to work together because Doom has a much dirtier plan involving the Sentinel. The Sentinel, or Bob to close friends, is the most powerful hero of the moment, but he has a small problem. He comes with a gift called Vacuo, vacuum, an evil entity that takes control if he uses his powers. This terrifies him, and rightly so. According to an informant, a certain James Mack, Destiny plans to use exactly this fear to turn poor Bob into his personal weapon. The plan is to exploit the young man's insecurity to cause chaos, pretending to be an ally before revealing his true villainous face. It is a masterstroke, worthy of a despot in armor. And guess who was chosen to enter Bob's unstable mind and try to fix this mess? Exactly, the one speaking to you. I already know what you're thinking, not again. I completely agree. The last time I tried mental shock therapy on someone on the big screen, the Scarlet Witch, let's just say things didn't end well for my spine. Marvel seems to have a sadistic pleasure in making me a guinea pig for the worst situations. Will I have another creative death? The suspense is in the air. The Destiny plan is so elaborate that it even involves an issue of identity. Apparently it will have the face of Robert Downey Jr., which will completely confuse the Avengers, who will see a reflection of the late Tony Stark. This explains why the Russo brothers, the directors of the film, only agreed to return when they had this perfect idea. They will use this resemblance so that Destiny manipulates the heroes. And while he deceives them, an emotional trigger in Bob will release the Void in its most monstrous form, a shapeless and terrifying creature quite different from the shadow we saw in Thunderbolts. To make matters even worse, there are rumors that Destiny will arrive in our universe on the Fantastic Four's ship, which could be the gateway for Marvel's most famous family. If they find Destiny first, his deception ends right there, as they know him as Victor Von Doom, the man who kidnapped their son. This would explain how the Fantastic Four arrive on Earth 616, tracking Destiny's energy or that of his prisoner. But will they arrive in time to warn us? My task, if I survive to accomplish it, will be to enter the Sentinel's mind and wage a mental battle to completely expel the Void. The idea circulating is to do something similar to what I did with John Gray, creating psychic barriers. Yes, I know, last time it worked super well, didn't it? Another possibility coming directly from the comics is to completely erase Robert Reynolds' memory, making him forget that he was once the Sentinel. This would eliminate both the hero and the villain. It's a drastic measure, and considering my history, I am afraid to try. All this plot serves to solve a problem with the script. The Sentinel is simply too powerful. Without the vacuum to weaken him, he would resolve the threat of Destiny with a snap of his fingers. He is invincible, has psychic powers, flies, melts objects with his mind. So, for there to be a movie, he needs to be neutralized. And the best way to do that is to make him the villain's own weapon. Clever, isn't it? Manipulating the greatest hero to destroy all the others is exactly the kind of evil Dr. Destiny would do. Anyway, that's the situation. I will probably have to face another psychological or physical trauma, and you will have quite a show to watch. Now tell me in the comments what you think about all this. Does it make sense? Are you more excited for the movie? I want to hear your opinion. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Maintaining Mansion X doesn't pay for itself, and Logan broke the coffee machine again. If the channel doesn't grow, I will start projecting the most embarrassing thoughts of those who didn't subscribe during family meetings. Am I clear?
Hello everyone, all good on your side? I hope so, because the world of hero news is crazy and I barely had time to pay the rent. So many Marvel updates came out this weekend that my back even froze. Important actors are commenting on how gigantic Avengers Doomsday will be, and it seems that a certain actor, coincidentally very similar to me, was seen walking around London. Now everyone wants to know, what was he doing there? Filming Doomsday? Or maybe something related to a new Spider-Man movie? And if so, this could finally reveal the secret about Sadie Sink's mysterious character. Stay tuned, because I will tell you everything, even what Marvel doesn't want you to know. Now comes that part I hate, but my producer says it's necessary for me to keep having money to buy the web fluid. If I don't ask, you forget, and you know how that goes. So please subscribe to the channel and leave that like. For those who don't do this, well, let's just say I know some pretty grumpy guys, and one of them likes to throw explosive pumpkins. I am not responsible if one of them accidentally lands in your mailbox. The choice is yours. I know, many people were skeptical after phases 4, 5, and 6. Not everything turned out the way Marvel or we fans expected. It's completely understandable. With Marvel changing plans in the middle of the Multiverse saga and without a very clear build-up, some thought that Avengers Doomsday would be a smaller, more restrained film. But it seems that everything has completely turned around. It turns out that according to the actors themselves, the reality is different. The film will be gigantic, and just like the new Spider-Man, it is being filmed very practically. David Harbour, our Red Guardian, called Doomsday extraordinary. He said that even he was skeptical at first, but the film will really be good. According to him, the Russo brothers have a special sauce and an incredible ability to blend comedy, drama, surprises, and an epic scale, something we've already seen in Civil War and Infinity War. He confessed that he has never been on a set like that in his life. And when he talks about scale, it's no exaggeration. Think of all the possible heroes together. That famous video with the actors' chairs on set, that wasn't even the full cast. They have already confirmed that more people are arriving. We already have the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Avengers and their variants, the Wakanda crew, the TVA folks with Loki, Sylvie, and Mobius, Deadpool, Wolverine. It's an incredible cast, and we can still look forward to surprise special appearances. Gathering all these people with the little construction we had seems like an impossible task, right? Wrong. The true construction for Doomsday did not begin in Phase 4. It started back in 2000 with the first X-Men movie. Then came a certain friendly neighborhood in 2002, Good Times, My Back Hurt Less, the beginning of the MCU and the arrival of new heroes. Marvel's plan is to culminate everything that has been done since then. It is a big farewell to an era to then start something completely new with a reset. Sure, a beautiful farewell usually means that some of us may, well, not come back. If it's for a good story, I accept. As long as it's not about me, of course, I have bills to pay. And speaking of me, I mean actor Tobey Maguire. He was seen in London, exactly where Marvel Studios is filming Doomsday and the new Spider-Man movie. The coolest part of the MCU now is that he could be in either one of the two movies, or both. What a time to be a fan. But the possibility of him being in the Spider-Man movie opens a very interesting door. A few months ago, a podcast with reliable sources claimed that Sadie Sink would play Mayday Parker. There are many rumors, nothing confirmed, but the specific information was that she would be Peter Parker's daughter, played by me, Tobey Maguire. Honestly, I would love to see that, to know what happened after my third film. In No Way Home, I gave a small hint about MJ, saying that we make it work. Exploring that would be incredible. And here lies the suspense. If Sadie really is Mayday, and the actor who looks like me just arrived in London to film, the pieces fit together. As far as we know, Sadie hasn't recorded anything yet. If news starts to surface that she just entered the set now, it would be a huge coincidence, don't you think? Keep an eye on this. To further increase the suspicions, another person decided to appear in his best form. Chris Evans, our eternal Captain America, appeared at the Toronto Film Festival with the hero's impeccable physique and fully shaved. He looks just like Steve Rogers again. And this happens precisely when rumors about him filming scenes for Avengers Doomsday are in full swing. Coincidence? I don't think so. Changing the subject, but not quite, Ryan Reynolds finally took responsibility for something brilliant. He admitted that he was the one who leaked the test images of Deadpool years ago. 20th Century Fox was unsure about the project, but the fans' reaction to the leak was so positive that the film got the green light. He said he cheated a little, but felt that people would be interested, and he thanked himself for following his instinct and doing the wrong thing. The most curious thing is the domino effect caused by Reynolds' trick. That leak led to the Deadpool movies, which brought him into the MCU in Deadpool and Wolverine, which brought Hugh Jackman back, who resurrected Gambit, played by Channing Tatum, who will be in Doomsday, which brought X-23 into the MCU, and even Wesley Snipes' Blade and Elektra. In the end, we owe a lot to this little rebellion of his. Back to my universe, it seems that Sony is preparing some surprise. Fans noticed that 2 private videos were added to the official Spider-Man playlist. It's too early for a full trailer, but Sony has been very clever with marketing, showing the suit before leaks and releasing behind-the-scenes videos. The bet is that these videos are a preview of something important. One of them could be a small tease, and the other, the full reveal. It could be the confirmation of who Sadie Sink will play, or more likely, a first look at the Punisher and Hulk, since we know both are back. Officially releasing this is the best way to control the narrative and anticipate any set leaks. Anyway, the future looks exciting, doesn't it? Now, if you'll excuse me, my back is killing me, and I think I saw a pigeon trying to steal my sandwich. Don't forget what we talked about, like subscribe and comment below telling which of these news stories made you most anxious. And if you don't, well, J. Jonah Jameson is always looking for a scoop. Don't want to be the next headline in the Daily Bugle with an embarrassing photo. I'm out.